Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday Lead to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today in episode 15 we have an away game against Oxford City, who are struggling near the foot of the table, and then we have a home game against Ebbsfleet, who are doing quite well, sat in one of those playoff places at the moment. As you can see, we're still maintaining our position currently in 8th place in the table. It is quite close in that mid-table area, but we're in a mid-table balance between that area and a playoff place as well. So we're still in with a bit of a shout. In terms of our recent form, since you were with us for the Braintree game last time out, we lost 1-0 in consecutive matches, and as you can see, that run of form there has been quite poor. But in our last few matches, we have looked a little bit more solid. We've tweaked tactics occasionally as well, but hopefully we can just find some form of consistency as the season goes on. It's been such a struggle so far this season, but hopefully we've finally found a way that might actually work for us. But we'll have to wait and see. And as you can see, it's still back to basics with the standard central midfielders and defenders. We've got wing backs and wingers in there. Hopefully we can have another good performance today and get a good result as we go away to Oxford City, who, like I say, they are struggling at the foot of the table. And I think they're 3 points out of the relegation zone at the moment. So it's going to be a tough one because they've got plenty to fight for as well as us, even though it's only midway through the season. But hopefully we can get a good start to this game and push on for the rest of the match. And in terms of our starting 11, it is reasonably strong. We haven't had any injuries for the most part recently. Newton could be leaving the club as well. As you can see from the squad, we've got Akers, Ezanoli, Mokocha, Hanks and Batram, Kedwell, Barnes, Hutton and Burton, with Smith and Higgs up front. So we've got plenty of attacking talent in the pitch for sure. And our defence, I don't think it could be much stronger, especially at centre-back with Hanks and Okocha playing. Ezanoli has been playing quite well recently in centre-back as well, but he starts at left-back today. Here is Okocha, looks over the top here for Higgs, who knocks it in for Jaden Smith, and it's a comfortable save for Henley, but a positive start nonetheless in the opening 5 minutes of this match. Henley looks set to clear, looking for a name that is far too long for me to pronounce in quick haste, and I think it was Muchecha Tatir or something. Higgs manages to win that. Jaden Smith was onto it. I think he was offside, to be fair, and it's back with the Oxford keeper Henley. And he's bringing it all the way out here. He's got to be a little bit careful. Evans looks over the top. There he is. Muchecha. I'm definitely going to be butchering that if we end up playing Oxford again. This is Hutton into Seoul, unfortunately. Ramadan over the top for the guy who I can't pronounce, and he has scored. Gerald Muchecheter has put Oxford in front here, and again defensively we are suspect. And I don't understand just what we can do at the moment. Everything seems to be going reasonably well for a couple of games, then all of a sudden it just reverts back and we really struggle. I mean, we've been by far the better side, but Oxford have had one shot and scored it, and perhaps it's just a case of us being a bit more clinical, but for whatever reason at the moment we continue to struggle for consistency. Higgs is out wide left here. He controls it well, finds Burton, who whips it into Jaden Smith, and he's put it over the bar. It's a really big opportunity, that, and it remains 1-0 to Oxford, even though, like I say, we are by far the better team in this match so far in terms of chance creation, and it's not looking promising, it has to be said. I mean, in terms of player rating, we're not looking too bad at the moment, but we really need to be improving and taking our chances. Otherwise, we are going to be really consolidating ourselves in mid-table this season, and it's not good enough, really. We should be looking at playoffs by now, um, especially with some of the quality that we've got in this squad. And yes, the squad is very young, but they've played a lot last season, most of these players, and the players that have come in for this season have been training with Premier League clubs, so they should have the quality. But for whatever reason, we just can't get any form of consistency this season, and it's very frustrating. It has to be said. I mean, look at us. We're completely dominated. They've had the one shot and scored it, and we've had all those attempts, and we just can't seem to convert chances at the moment. We had them two really good wins, and then we drew with Concord last time out. But this time, again, we're looking like we're going to lose here. We've had no highlights in this second half. We're going to demand more, but I don't think it's going to do anything, to be honest. We've been so poor in front of goal again, despite all the chances we've created, and we're going to lose by a goal to nil to a team that we should be beating, really, given our quality. And it's just so frustrating. I just don't understand what we can do. I really don't. We tried the more attacking setup and formation. It worked for a little while, but not permanently. And the reason for that was because it was just too much of a difficulty. And that is absolutely ridiculous. I'm not entirely sure how the guy that I can't pronounce has scored that, but it's 2-0 right at the end of the game, and they've had two shots on target. I just. I, I mean, what can I say about that? I mean, we've been the better team, and we've lost 2-0. And we just can't convert chances, and I really don't get it at all. We've got two very good strikers in terms of finishing quality in Lee Higgs and Jaden Smith, but we're going to have to really look at ourselves as the season goes on. And to be quite honest, I'm half-minded to just release everybody at the end of the season and just start afresh again, because we're just not good enough. And we're now 6 points behind the playoffs because of that defeat. And I think, in all honesty, we could be heading into the bottom half of the table. The club did give me another new extended 1 year contract not long ago, and to be quite honest, at the moment, I'm not understanding why we're so inconsistent. And with a game like that, where we've been the better side, we've created more chances, although the highlights didn't show as such, and we've lost the game. And I just, I mean, what can I say? Honestly, we did so well in terms of statistical, but we just didn't do it out on the pitch in the end. And I mean, we conceded two goals to Richechete, and his actual statistics as a player are shocking, but his physicals are very good, which has to be admired. But that is horrific, and yet he scored two goals against us, and he's only scored four goals this season, half of which were against us. So I'm really at a loss for words from that performance, to be quite honest. We're going to push on for the Ebbsfleet game. I'll just get through this next week off camera. We'll come back for the Ebbsfleet game at home, and hopefully we can just try and salvage something from this episode and just put in a performance where we're at least looking a bit more competitive. Right, guys, here we go for the home game against Ebbsfleet. It's been a bit of a tough run. Things that Newton has left the club now, which is quite useful to us. Unfortunately, Stanley, the left back that we've been playing, has been recalled by Stevenage from his loan spell as well. As such, we're a little bit weaker defensively than we'd like, but it does give opportunity for Candola to come into the side today. Midfield is looking quite weak, unfortunately, but we haven't got any money at all, so we can't really improve matters in that area of the pitch either. So we've got Iggs in goal, Ezanolim, Candola, Hanks and Batram at the back, Burton, Corey, Alador, Hamilton, Kedwell in midfield, Hayder and Higgs are up front. I'm just hoping we can score a goal would be quite nice, to be honest. It's been, like I say, it's quite frustrating on and off, and after the way we played in the last game, we didn't deserve to lose 2-0. But at the end of the day, we've just got to see what happens. There's not a lot we can do. Just take it game by game, and hopefully we can find, like I said previously, we can find a little bit of consistency. But it is going to be difficult because to Ezanolim now Candola looks over the top, and it's going to be easily claimed by Hay, the goalkeeper, who smashes it forward. There's no pressure on Candola, but he's done a dreadful header, and McQueen got there, and it's rippled the top of the net there. Really good attempt by Ebbsfleet in the end, and that was a very big mistake by Candola. And I think there's going to be a lot of work to do this summer. We've got to strengthen. There's got to be ways in which we can try and find a way around this. I'm debating whether it's going to be a case of bringing in more experienced players, as well as mixing it with some young players, but we'll have to wait and see what happens when the time comes. As Burton loses possession now, Vincent into McQueen. Corey did well to win it back. Batram with the ball back. He looked over the top for Hayder and couldn't find him. But Ngessen lofts it over the top and McQueen is in, and McQueen has scored for Ebbsfleet. And this is the difference. We play a ball over the top like that. We can't get onto it. Ebbsfleet do the exact same move. It's completely split us open and they've got the goal. So, yeah, it's quite frustrating at times, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Kedwell with the delivery and cleared by Thompson. It's back out to Kedwell, who delivers first time. It's cleared away again. Alador Hamilton into Hayder. We've got an equaliser. It was at the third time of asking with 3 crosses into the penalty area, but Hayder managed to connect this time and he has converted the opportunity. It's 1-1 and I think, to be quite honest, we're just going to have to look at a mid-table finish again this season. We're far too open at the back and I've toyed with the idea of going with 5 defenders as well, but it's not how I like to play. But I suppose it could be the only way that we can go about it, but we haven't got the player quality to be able to do that, and we haven't got the number of players available to be able to do that either. As they look to get forward again here, Ebbsfleet. Burton did really well to win that. Hanks looks over the top, Hayder was there, and it's going to be cleared forward again. Here's Giddery into Ngessen, now Vincent. Plays it back to centre-back Thompson, now Ngessen again. Back to Thompson once again, and he looks to move it forward, but instead plays it to McClellan, now Young. McClelland looks over the top, and again, Candola's completely missed his header, and it's 2-1 to Ebbsfleet. McQueen has scored again, and Candola with 2 errors here, which has led to 2 goals. And not ideal from his point of view, and it's not ideal from the team's point of view either. Haig here with the delivery forward by the looks of it for Ebbsfleet. Straight into Knight, and now McClellan, now Harper. Again looking over the top, and again Candola's just let Vincent run straight off him there. It's 3-1 to Ebbsfleet. It's game over, to be quite honest. We're not good enough. And this is going to take some sorting out, I think, to be honest. Candola's been shocking. Ezanolim's done nothing at left back either. And I'm really at a loss. I don't know what I can do. We've changed formation a few times, and Candola's missed his header again. Here's Knight moving forward, and he manages to get the strike away. It was a poor effort that time, and it's going to be 3-1 at half time. But I mean, what a shocking performance. I mean, going forward, we've had the same amount of chances, but defensively, we're just absolutely terrible at the moment. And Ezanolim's been poor as well. We're going to bring Okocha on for Candola just because he's been absolutely terrible. I mean, I really don't know what we can do. It's so awkward at the moment, and unfortunately, we haven't got the quality or the strength in depth, and we haven't got the money to create that. So it's going to be a long road, this one, I think. Like I say, we're bringing Candola off. We're going to bring Okocha on, and hopefully we can just try and finish the game with a little bit of credit. Little save face a little bit. Okocha wins the header immediately, which is something Candola didn't do at all in the first half. Vincent, Ezanolim does better that time. Corey into Burton now. Burton doing well down this left-hand side. He strikes here, but it's over the crossbar. And a little bit better that time. It looks a little bit more solid at the back with Okocha in there. But in terms of chances, again, we've had the same number of chances as Ebbsfleet, but we've just not made any use of them at all. It's not good enough, really. And again, I think we've got good quality up front, and we should be taking more chances, to be quite honest. Okocha does well that time once again. This is Curry into Alador Hamilton. Looks to spread it to Kedwell, who beats the left back. He does really well. If he plays it across, he has support, and he finds Hayder. It's 3-2. We've started the second half a little bit better, and Ali Hayder has pulled one back again for his second goal of the game. think as an Ollie, I mean, he's on a 6.2 still, but he has improved in this second half with the throw hit to Corey, and he makes the cross here for Alidor Hamilton, who hits the crossbar. What an opportunity that was, hitting the crossbar there. And we've got a free kick in a dangerous position here, and it's going to be Burton to strike. Can Burton get his level here? It's a brilliant effort. It's only just over the crossbar, and this is more like it. Its second half performance so far has been outstanding. Okocha into Hanks. Hayder gets onto it, has support ahead of him, but finds Kedwell wide right. Kedwell does have support in the penalty area and finds Burton, who strikes it, and it's 3-3 now. Harry Burton with the goal. This second half has been absolutely fantastic. This is what we were actually capable of, though. And we've won a few games with big scorelines as well this season. But we need to be playing like this permanently, and it just doesn't happen, unfortunately. As an Olim into Corey, gets brought down by Giddery, but it's going to be cleared away either way. There's no chance of a foul there. McQueen into Vincent, and now into Young, who looks over the top for McQueen. Hanks wins possession. Corey does well. Higgs plays it through, and Ali Hayder's in behind here. And Ali Hayder has scored his hat-trick. It's 4-3 now. I mean, this is, like I say, this is what we're capable of. Second half performance here has been phenomenal. We have a 4-3 lead now. It's a hat-trick for Ali Hayder, the man on loan from Stoke. And this is absolutely fantastic stuff in this second half from the lads. And we do need to make changes, but I'm not going to. I don't want to disrupt the flow here. And what a phenomenal second half performance this has been from the boys. This, like I said, this is what we're capable of. We're so good at times, but we've just not got that consistency. I mean, if we play like this every game for at least 70 minutes, we'll win most matches. Higgs with the ball into the centre for Alidor Hamilton. He just about keeps hold of it, finds Batram. Kedwell back to Batram. Now Alidor Hamilton again. Evan Corey with the strike there and into the side netting. It was an ambitious effort, to be fair, but he wasn't too far away with the strike. But hopefully this will be a big confidence boost to the side if we can hold on for the win. But this is Giddery with the delivery. Batram gets it clear. Ali Hayder couldn't beat McClellan, but Alidor Hamilton has got in there. And Alidor Hamilton has support and finds Ali Hayder. He has Higgs inside if he can find him. Ali Hayder squares it. No, he doesn't. He went for glory. And Haig made the save. He has to square it there, really. Higgs was completely open in the centre there. And now Burton with a corner. Not entirely sure where he might place it, but he's holding on to it for quite an amount of time here. Here he goes. He whips it into the far post, and Hanks was there. It's cleared away. It's come to Higgs on the far side. He loses out to Hollis, and it's out for a throw-in. And hopefully we can just see this game out here. There's 20 seconds remaining in the allotted added time. Batram with a throw into Kedwell, back to Batram with the delivery, and Okocha's there, and Okocha has scored here. What a header that was. Brilliant play down that right hand side, and Okocha has finally scored a goal. And we have a 5-3 lead after the 3-1 debacle in the first half. That is exactly what we can do. And look at the way that we played there. I mean, Okocha did come on for Candola, who was shocking in that first half, but that's what we're capable of. Defensively, yes, we need help, really. But that was brilliant in the second half, and that is something that we need to build on. From 3-1 down to win 5-3, that in that manner as well, we created a lot more chances, and we took them more importantly as well. And I mean, what a performance in that second half. That was absolutely fantastic stuff. And this is why I'm getting so frustrated, because we're winning games such as that with brilliant performances, and then we go and lose to teams at the bottom of the league. I mean, we've lost to St Albans, drawn against Chelmsford this year. We drew with Concord as well, and it's just so frustrating. But that win has really pushed us up a little bit, and it's a big confidence boost, to be quite honest. Ali Hayder with another hat-trick to add to his collection since signing on loan for the club. It's his third, maybe fourth hat-trick this season. So he's doing well, and the fact that he scored 16 goals before today, obviously he's on about 19 now, is great, but the fact that 9 of those goals have come in 3 matches and he's played 20 odd games, it's not really a massively good conversion rate. So, but that is something to build on for sure. I mean, there's not a lot I can say against the second half performance. First half we were awful, but that is a lot better. And in terms of the next games that we're going to look at, hopefully we can push on after that fantastic win. I mean, we did it against Taunton as well. It was Lee Higgs who got a hat trick in that game to really spearhead us. But we've done well there. We're going to get through a number of games once again, and I'm thinking we'll come back potentially in the middle of February. It might do having at Waterlooville and Hemel Hempstead. Um, that's in my thought processing at the moment. We'll see how we get on anyway, and hopefully we can push on from that result and try and get a few wins on the board. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. It's all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will signing away.